instincts, the talent, the thoughtfulness, and the beauty within the kingdom.
So first order of business is I'm going to cut these as low as I can, not too close to my natural length, but just enough that I'm not having to start all the way from the bottom. So as you can see, I'm leaving plenty of space so that it is easy enough for me to start unraveling these. And thankfully these are twist, so they unraveled very quickly, and I got this done within like 30-45 minutes, which would normally take about an hour if I was doing braids, etc, etc. So I am pinning half of it to the side. It just helps allow everything to kind of stay organized, and braiding hair mixing it with my natural hair. Just a heads up as well, I did do the crochet method with these passion twists. I did individual braids throughout my hair, and then I crocheted the hair through. If you are taking out these passion twists and they just so happen to get stuck or there's a knot, it doesn't slide out, the one thing I always recommend is that you snip the end that is knotted, so that it can snip it as low as you can once your natural hair is out of the twist, and that way it'll be easier just to slide it right out. So as I continue taking out these twists, I just wanted to give you some info on my hair. I have very kinky 4C hair. It holds water a lot, but it takes forever to saturate it. So I'm not sure if that means I have low porosity or high porosity hair. I just know that it is some of the spongiest hair ever. It just soaks up water, and then it takes forever for it to dry. It's a lot of work, but I do enjoy my hair. It's very good at being manipulated in different kinds of ways. I did cut my hair in 2013. I started my journey, I guess you can say my natural hair care journey in 2013, around February if I'm not mistaken, and I've been growing my hair out ever since. I haven't put any heat on my hair in about, I think, 4 to 5 years. I did recently just to kind of do a length check, and it was just like a very modified version of blow drying, not too much heat on my hair. So I enjoyed not having to put too much heat and breaking my hair promise to myself. So it's been a very nice journey seeing my hair transform into what it is now compared to what it was prior to me cutting all of my hair. Alrighty, so now that my hair is fully free of those passion twists, I'm gonna go in with this detangling solution. It's very watery based, but it, for some reason, when it touches my scalp, it automatically just makes everything loosen up, so that the detangling process prior to me taking a shower and washing my hair is as smooth as possible. I make sure I put it deep onto my roots, and then I also distribute it through the rest of my hair. It actually smells pretty good, not too shabby. It is watery based, like I said, so a little bit does go a long way. So here I'm just unraveling those braids that I used to do when I did my passion twist. I didn't braid these all the way down, so that's why they look a little funky. I just braided them about halfway through and then just left the rest, so it was pretty easy unraveling and taking these braids down as well. So now my hair is separated into a bunch of twists. These are the areas that have already been detangled. These areas are the ones that have already been twisted, and now I'm just separating the front half so you can see the process in which I do that with a thick comb. Go ahead and just detangle, start at the bottom and make your way up to the root. I always recommend medium-sized sections with horsey hair. Personally, for me, it just works better. I have better control. Instead of trying to force it through a giant section, I feel like just a medium-sized section is perfect. And I'm going to split that in half and then twist it up so that it can be put out of the way. And a basic 2-strand twist is good to go. That way your hair is not getting tangled again if you do too small a twist before you get in the shower. And I also like washing my hair with my hair already in the twist, because it's just easier to keep it neat and as organized as possible, so that my hair doesn't go through the stage of right when that water hits it just automatically starts to tangle. It keeps it as manipulated as possible. Alright, so now that we're in the shower, I'm going to be using this awesome Jamaican black castor oil from Shea Moisture. It is absolutely amazing. I love it so much. The argan oil is what I use closer to the end of my shampooing process, and this Carol's Daughter Green Supreme conditioner does wonders on my hair. I don't know what's in it, but the hair magic, it just works for me. So when I do start washing my hair, I use very lukewarm type water so that it's not overly too hot on my head. I don't like it too hot. I don't like it freezing cold, because I save the cold water for when I condition my hair. So I want as warm as water as possible in the beginning. So I'm going to focus strictly on my edges. That's where, you have your edge control, build up from sweating, product, things of that nature. So I focus on the edges all the way around the perimeter of my head, using my fingertips and not my nails to really get in there and just dig deep to really loosen up all of that build up and dirt and sweat and all of that stuff. So I'm going to go back in with more of that black castor oil, and I'm going to go in with a second time. I'm just going to kind of do a thorough go around of my whole head so that it can just penetrate the shaft all the way down to the tips, and everything's just going to be nice and clean. And like I said, I use my fingertips and never use my nails. You don't want to scratch your scalp. You want to do a massage. You can get in there and get rough with it. It's just a better alternative for your scalp, and it just feels better, personally, for me. And your hair always, who doesn't love a nice head massage? Feels amazing. So this was after about 3 times of me washing my hair. It's all sudsy and white, and that's how I know that it is actually clean at this point. Fun fact, if your shampoo doesn't suds up the first time, you need to re-wash your hair again. So I usually wash my hair about 2 times, if it's really dirty, 3 times. So now it's the conditioning process, which is my favorite. We're going to go in with that Carol's Daughter product. I'm going to put that over the perimeter of my head, mainly focusing on the edges and my scalp. I'm going to massage that in, and then I'm going to grab a plastic bag and I'm going to put that over my head so that it can marinate for about 10 minutes. And in those 10 minutes, I always highly recommend, that's the time where you can brush your teeth. Does anybody else brush their teeth when they shower? Or is that just me? Anyways, let me get back on track. You can take this time to actually fully shower, things of that nature. So now that you are fully done conditioning, you're going to go in with some cold water. It's awful feeling, yes, I know, but it helps close that cuticle from the scalp. So just lean your head back and try not to let that cold water hit you too much. And go ahead and just get a t-shirt, any kind of t-shirt, and use it as a towel. You don't want to use any regular towels on your head. It strips your natural oils. So it's always important to use a t-shirt, an old t-shirt, as a towel. Y'all, I have a problem. I'm always dancing. I can never stop. I can never stop. So now that we are done out of the shower, you can go ahead and get another t-shirt so that you can squeeze out all of that water that first t-shirt didn't fully all over my head, so that I can get any remaining water that may not have been gotten up with my first t-shirt. I use this black castor oil for my edges. They are on the thinner side. I want them to be a lot fuller, so this black castor oil has definitely helped. I use that even when I use my protective styles. I still want to make sure that my edges are taken care of. So now I'm going in and I'm going to separate. First, I'm going to cut my hair in half, and then I'm going to cut into threes. That way you can just keep everything organized as you are detangling, which is very, very, very helpful. There's no such thing as too much detangling, and I highly recommend, if you are a 4C girl, that your hair is soaking wet when you detangle. Make sure, because you don't want to put too much stress on your hair. Alright, so now that my hair is fully separated, I'm going to go in with this grapeseed oil as well as this raw shea butter. I'm going to go into that first section and break it up to a smaller section. So it's like my hair is in thirds, and then I'm going to break one of those thirds into like 3 more pieces, so that we just have smaller, neater sections for when I start to detangle and 2-strand twist them. So I apply just a little bit of that shea apply a little bit of that shea butter and grapeseed oil to my area that I'm working on. Use a wide tooth comb, and I detangle that. Start at the ends and make your way up to the root. And once you've done that, you can go ahead and split that little section and go ahead and 2-strand twist it. And I usually like to do mine tied at the top, tied at the root, because I like to make sure it is tight enough so that when I stretch it, I get a bone straight look. So I quickly wanted to provide a close-up as to how exactly I 2-strand twist each little section. So what I have here is my section is fully saturated. I'm going to go ahead and go into that shea moisture and get just a little bit that I'm going to use just for that specific area. I'm going to apply that grapeseed oil as well to it, detangle it just to make sure, and it also helps distribute product through. And then I'm going to go ahead and start twisting it, and I'm going to make sure that I add just a little bit more of that shea butter to the tips, so that it fully coats and helps me coil that in so that it doesn't unravel while I sleep. So as I mentioned earlier, I do not like to put heat on my hair, so I started doing the stretch method. I've been doing this ever since I would say about 2014. And all you do is that once your hair is fully 2-strand twist or braided, you're going to you're going to gather one, depending upon how large your twists are, or you can grab 2 or 3 as I'm doing, and you're going to pull it to the opposite side of your head, and you're going to bobby pin it down so that it's fully stretched and it's manipulated so that when it dries, it's fully straight as if you were to use a blow dryer. So that is my go-to method to get a blown out look. So it is the next day. It's been about over, I would say 15 hours, and my hair is definitely dry. I'm gonna go ahead and take out those bobby pins, and once that's done, I'm gonna look a little crazy. However, you are going to see the exact meaning of what it means to have a full blown out look without using heat. So keep watching to see that big ol' fro. Alright, stylistas, and just like that, that is exactly how you get that blown out look. I'm going to style this really quickly, but before I go, I just want to say thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. Once again, my name is Bartholomew, but you can call me Legs. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!